begin, for those that'd like to participate, with a prayer, and then we will call the meeting to order thereafter. Would stand if you'd like to participate. Bow your heads, please. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we give thanks for our civility and freedom to meet together with our community citizens to discuss and act upon the choices before us this evening. Grant us your wisdom and spirit to provide us the directions that will be best for our community and its future for everyone. In this special time of year, please provide us peace within our minds, bodies, and souls, so the battle of the mind will be overcome. Peace within our homes, so we can live joyful lives. Peace within the world, so the raging wars will cease. Please give us a sound mind and the peace that passes all understanding to especially share and show to others. For all this, we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Call this meeting 6:01 on December 22nd, 25 with prayer. With pledge, I'm sorry. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. This evening, I know we will have the absence of Commissioner Kathy Penny. She had a conflict with her primary employment with another meeting that was scheduled at the same time, so she will not be with us. And I believe Vice Mayor Bailey may be just late on arrival, but will be attending the meeting this evening. We have a quorum at this time. The first order of business is the adoption of the agenda before you. Do I have a motion for consideration?
I'll motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Thank you, Commissioner Fiore. Do I have a second?
I say.
I have a second. Thank you, Commissioner Green. Any discussions on what we're going to discuss and take action on this evening based on the agenda from the dais?
I just have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
On agenda item number 2. So we are going to be doing our ranking review. Is that what we discussed? We were going to do that part.
Commissioner Green, that is based on the ranking schedules that were provided to the attorney. If not to put you on the spot, Mr. Walker, but if you have information with a ranking schedule just based on the way we reviewed those packages, you could provide that at that agenda time, just on whatever information you have from the office.
Yes, sir.
And then based on that, Commissioner Green, we could make considerations for the ranking schedule.
Okay.
I have questions on that too.
Yes,
When you
ma'am.
say make considerations, I just want to be very clear. So tonight we are hopefully going to pick an interim part-time city manager.
That's agenda 1. Yes, ma'am.
We are going to continue the process to hire a part-time permanent city manager.
Yes, ma'am.
So the rankings that we did, are those just to move forward to get interviews, or are you using those to try to get out of the pool we currently have a permanent part-time city manager?
It's to prepare us for the interviews.
Okay.
And that's scheduling that date with that
Okay.
prioritized, based on just seeing where we're at as a group.
Okay.
With the ranking schedule. If it narrows down 2 candidates or 1 candidate, then so be it. But then we would then schedule the convenient date to be able to try to set up interviews, the one-on-one interviews with each of us as commissioners.
Okay. I have a problem with that because I know one was just submitted today.
So that did not come over with a application or anything. So at this point, I don't even think
It was just a resume of interest in
Yeah.
the
It's a resume
position. And I
of
don't think
interest,
it should
right.
stop the action of the candidates that have been very diligently completing their packages.
Okay, but it's still open, right? Because we went.
It could
It's
be
still
if we
open.
absolutely decide that none of these 5 candidates are worth proceeding with interviews of priority. I think we need to set up the interviews with the candidate pool that we have.
Okay, I guess with me, I just, since we were, because I thought tonight was gonna be primarily on getting that interim person in the seat. That's the only reason
That's
I agreed
agenda
to
one.
have the meeting tonight. When I looked at the agenda
Hello, Vice Mayor.
and I
Welcome.
saw all of this other stuff and I'm like, I thought we were just having a brief meeting to get an interim city manager in there right away.
It can be pretty brief
I
as far
really
as.
wasn't prepared for the rest of this.
Same for me.
But I don't see the rush in it. If we're just trying to get somebody interim in there right now. That's my point.
I do agree. I looked at it and I said the same thing. Usually if we do a special meeting and we say that we are looking at ABC, then those are the only things on the agenda.
That's what this is, with the packages turned in, any information the attorney can provide for us of those packages. and we
But
do
it is more. Because as far as I knew,
This is
we were
just the
gonna come
interview
back.
dates for us to decide to
What we
actually
do.
set those up
Okay, so those,
for the pool of candidates we have.
okay,
It's not to narrow it down unless we absolutely have consensus that these are the ones we want to interview. It is just to ensure that we get to that with that calendar so we know the date for that special call meeting, because I don't want to tie that down with our regular January 12th meeting. And this is just hot off the press to be able to be public information, the last agenda item. It's just for information only. And then I have the update from my contacts with our CPA firm and when they're going to release what the JLAC is requesting of us. It's just information only.
okay. I
Okay.
still.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, because I think I heard you said, I think you said just now it's not to narrow it down, and then I thought you said beforehand it's to narrow it down. Which one?
The pool of
The pool,
candidates,
right.
if we choose to do that based on these dates that the candidates have said that they would have themselves available,
Uh-huh.
this is the permanent part-time. This is the permanent part-time position. If any of them, we feel that it's too late or it's not too late, if it's fine with everyone, that's fine. That's what that would be about. We're jumping all over the agendas. The agendas we can move through pretty quickly here.
We're hoping.
I commit
But was
to
there,
that. And Mr. Walker, since we're just having a conversation, there will be one comment period this evening, which is the change in our normal 2-comment period, and that term that I use other than disclosing it at the meeting at the beginning like I did last week. Is there a legal term for that or? Okay, we're just changing the normal outline of our agenda to have one concise comment period on any subject matter in the agendas or anything else at the end of our meeting. And so be it. The meeting is being recorded and is live on YouTube as well, for the sake of the audience and their interest tonight.
So I'm gonna have to chime in again. So I think now we didn't do. It was supposed to be so simple. It was, tonight is the interim part-time city manager
With the start date. That's
for
fine.
interim. And now I have a feeling you have individuals who keep hearing permanent, when is the start date? And that's not what today is. So we need to be very careful that if we pick somebody here tonight, that they understand it's interim. So we may not hire that person when we're
Correct.
all said and done.
Until
So
the
we need to
interview
make that
process
very
is-
clear.
Until the interview process and date is set to be able to interview those candidates. And that's what I'm trying to establish with the colleagues here tonight as that agenda item. What are the available dates to be able to,
okay, so you have the available dates for everyone?
no, ma'am, I'm going to ask it from my colleagues up here. What are your available dates that would be comfortable for you to tie yourself up?
My bad, I thought you were talking about the candidates. So to tie ourselves up for,
Here are the available dates we're availing ourselves, then reach out to the candidates and as a courtesy and let them know these are the interview dates that we've established in the time period, the time window. And that's that agenda item when it comes up. So
okay,
anytime between, I just don't want to tie our January 12th official January meeting for interviewing, which is usually a 3 or 4 hour block with the pool of candidates with
Mhm.
15-minute individual one-on-one interviews with each candidate, each commissioner.
correct.
So that's, when we get to that agenda item, that's just to solidify that. So we're not trying to establish that on the January 12th meeting when we could get those interviews scheduled.
I got you.
Okay. And that's the main thing for that agenda item. It's not necessarily picking it. It's information provided from the attorney's office on those of us that have completed ranking the packages that we've received.
Mhm.
If that assists us, we don't have to act on that. That information is provided from the attorney's office tonight, the takeaway. And then the big takeaway is establish that calendar date and time frame for courtesy of any of the candidates to be able to be called and set those appointments up.
Okay, I guess I would just offer a little bit, because again, I thought we was meeting to
And that is the most,
the interim
that's why that's
city
agenda
manager
one.
and
Yes, ma'am.
have a little time for this other stuff.
Correct.
It's just gathering the information and
That's-
those who
yeah.
did their exercise so that we keep the ball moving with the candidates that have provided their start dates.
Yeah, because I haven't did my ranking yet, so that's.
That's okay. I mean, you can still do it. That just assists yourself and then any information we're provided tonight from the rest of your colleagues. That was the purpose of that. Okay, so with that said, anybody in the audience have any confusion about the agenda and what we're trying to do tonight? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Costello.
Before you pass it. Y'all have a ranking schedule. Is that on the webpage that we could see it
The
also?
ranking is being provided for the first time tonight from the attorney's office.
I know.
It
Do
is
you
not.
have,
We did not post those on the website. We turned them into the attorney so they could create the schedule of the rankings from each commissioner for each candidate. No, that's not on the website at this time.
okay, I'm not asking for y'all's ranking. I just want to see the outline
The
of the
tool?
ranking schedule.
The tool itself that we're
The score?
using.
Yes,
The score
exactly.
sheet.
Yeah.
Yes,
I have-
yes, that's what I want. Like, well, what
There you are.
you guys are looking at.
That was the tool that was provided to us for taking the packages we've received and then scoring, which is, you certainly may. Yes, ma'am. Anyone else? All right, let's proceed then. I have a motion and a second for adoption of the agenda. Let's go to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye as well. Nays, like sign.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-1. And again, Ms. Penny, Commissioner Penny had a conflict with her primary employer meeting at the same time, so she won't be with
I
us
got
this
the
evening.
email.
Okay,
Thank you, though.
all right. Based on where we were last week, well, she lives. I'm sorry. We had to. Welcome. I just have to correct myself. I thought you were going to be absent with a conflict. I think.
I had a from my job.
Yes, ma'am. I just told everyone you weren't going to be with us. So thank you for being here. Here. There. Okay, reiterating from last week, we had some conversation regarding potential candidates that could have a start date sooner than dates provided. We felt that we should, I think it came from the colleagues here in the dais, to reach out to every candidate and ask what would be their date of start. So that's been provided to us, that everyone received that, so that we include all 5.
I didn't receive the start dates for it.
Mr. Mayor, I can read that out.
If you would, for the
Commissioners?
record, just because I think all 5
Happy to.
candidates have replied
Yes.
regarding their start date, that they would.
And
be
actually, Mr. Lipman has replied with a start date as well.
Okay.
So I'll start with Daniel Blumberg. He responds that January 26th, he could begin working January 26th to allow time to reach an accommodation with his current workplace. Thanking everybody for their offer, for the opportunity. John Martin says that he can start anytime next week.
That was from last week.
That was from last week, so one would think that is Monday,
Okay.
today.
Today, okay.
Correct. Donald Barber, thank you for so much for the question. Grateful for consideration. In terms of timing, he can start January 12th would be the ideal start date. Could potentially make January 5th work, but he feels strong responsibility to his existing employer to make sure the operations are stable before making that transition. Paul Dial responds, early start date could be Monday, December 22nd, so today. William Lewandowski can start Tuesday, December 23rd. He has a routine doctor's appointment, but it's a brief duration during the day. So tomorrow is start date for Bill Lewandowski. Mr. Lipman, Scott Lipman, states he would be able to start within a week of being selected. And that is today from Mr. Lipman. We did, by the way, a background check on Mr. Lipton, and there's nothing that is standing out on that either. Of course, we did not have time to seek references or any of that sort of
Or
thing.
complete the complete package,
Or the complete
application
package.
package
Correct.
and all that. As a
Correct.
candidate, this was today. We
Correct.
Received this one.
Yes, yes, sir. But given the fact that it's been open, we didn't want to not
I understand.
do that for Mr. Lipton.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And based on that, because that was one of our exercises last week, is to reach out to all the candidates and to find out their dates of start. We are still at that point. Which of these candidates do we want? I'll entertain a motion for the candidate that would be avail themselves to start assisting immediately as the temporary part-time, not making it the permanent position, but just assisting on a day-to-day basis with our staffing situation like it is now. So do I have a motion from anyone?
Yes. Since Paul Dial is available as of today, I will make a motion that we select him as our temporary part-time interim manager.
I second.
I have a motion from Vice Mayor Bailey and a second from Commissioner Kathy Penny for Paul Dial to be the temporary interim city manager until we go through the interview process for all the candidates. Any discussion from the dais regarding?
Yeah,
this
I would like
candidate?
to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we received his application and his cover letter, and I believe that we should look at, well, maybe not look at, we should take first, not using my words, connection, first time we meet somebody, first interaction, there we go, serious. And so his cover letter addresses the council. So if there was any kind of research done, you would have known that we're not the council, we're actually the city commission. His letter states that I would bring to the city of Crescent City worthy of granting me an interview for the position. Again, we are the city of Archer, and that to me means that we're just slapping on resumes and letters to wherever you're making applications to. And you may find that to be a minor detail, but I don't find that to be a minor detail. I think that's something that stands out. This individual as well currently lives in Lake City, according to the application. He recently, like very recently, just had a job in Georgia, Brooklet, Georgia. He was hired for the new city manager. That was July 29th, and he's already now leaving that location. So that's another red flag to me. A lot of moving around, no connection to the city of Archer. So I have concerns about this individual. And I'll stop there and see if anyone else wants to have a conversation more about it. And the amount of times in the city manager role for the Georgia was only 3 months. For the city manager, executive director of utilities and city of Lake City was only 1 year. Interim city manager for executive director of utilities was just 1 year. Executive director of utilities was 2018 to 2024. So it's not like this individual has a strong city manager background or leadership. Thank you.
Anyone else from the dais regarding this motion?
Yes, I did reach out to some people in Lake City that live there. And although he made some mistakes, like not changing Crescent City, which I don't have the application in front of me now. I was looking for it online again. Anyway, although he didn't get someone to proofread before he sent it, I only received very good reviews from the people that actually live in Lake City and have lived there for multiple years, and multiple meaning more than 30. So he got a very good recommendation.
Anyone else?
I just want to make another comment. The news article dated December 2023 questions his payout after 9 months on the job. And if you were to do a Google search, you will be able to see the back and forth with the media talking about that as well. And that's another concern of mine as well.
Anyone else from the dais regarding the motion? Anyone from the audience regarding this motion that's on the floor? Good evening. Well,
Good evening, Sharon Williams, Shay Williams. I'm not a constituent, I am a citizen, but I do own property here in Archer. You may not, Vice Mayor, find that the cut and paste is not relevant. Madam? Vice Mayor? What does that mean? I'm speaking to you.
You have your 3 minutes.
I know, but I'm speaking to you. You said that was irrelevant.
I didn't.
Well, what,
I never said it was irrelevant, but
Point of order.
continue.
didn't matter?
But
You said it-
continue.
Well, I just
Ms.
want to clarify
Ms.
this.
Williams,
Did you
just
say it
speak-
was, didn't
speak
matter?
To me, please.
Because bottom line,
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor, the bottom
Thank
line
you.
is that, yeah, I will. The bottom line is this, I agree with you, Karen, excuse me. Because if you can't take, it's not about somebody editing a resume, but you're applying for a job to run a city. Okay, little errors like that. Well, what are you gonna do? Make little errors on grants, on other things?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not irrelevant. And I think it needs to be taken in consideration when you are considering someone who's applying for a job. This is not kindergarten. This is a business
Yes.
that we're trying to run here. And I think that we all should be taking this very seriously
Thank you.
and not just look over little errors.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else regarding the motion that's on the floor?
Yeah, I think y'all are making a big mistake. If
Your
you
name,
read,
ma'am, please.
what,
Your name for the record,
Lori
please, ma'am.
Costello.
Thank you, Ms. Costello.
if you read the articles on Google, it would be crazy to put him in our position. Yeah, he's being investigated for his payouts. So that right there, that is so crucial. That's very important. It also, the article says he went and he applied in Alaska, and it says Mr. Dial didn't explain. Oh, here it is. An examination of city payroll report for his Alaska trip shows that Mr. Dial did not request personal time off, vacation pay, or sick leave for his excursion to Alaska. He remained on the payroll collecting full payment and benefits. So, I mean, I just don't understand why there is oh my gosh, I can't think of the word, to move forward to hire him as our part-time interim city manager.
Thank you.
I don't know whether y'all found the articles, not just one, but the articles through Google, but it really says a lot, and we would be making a big mistake. So you're warned. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Costello. Anyone else?
Hello, Gene Arnold. The attorney had done a background check, references, things of that nature, and they mentioned that there were no negative reports on anyone. So I'm kind of curious how deep you all dug on your report. And, I don't want to beat up on Folds and Walker, but this isn't exactly the most, there's some errors in this.
Mr. Arnold.
But with that said,
Keep it to the motion on the floor with the candidate of record that we're speaking.
yes, sir, I'm
Please.
getting to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I don't know what this Google search is, that maybe showed this, and whether or not, as Folds and Walker does their background check, if they would not have done a simple Google search on everyone that applied. I guess I'd be interested in what that background check involves, because it didn't mention any type of, and I have no reason to not believe Ms. Costello, but it seems like Folds and Walker would have uncovered if there was some type of payout issue or ongoing situation. When I look at the references on this gentleman, he's got 5 references. Not everyone has 5 references, and they all speak very highly of him, as a reference you would think would. Now, I'm curious, I know there's a couple folks in the audience here that are new faces, if Mr. Dial is one of them. I don't know.
I do not believe so. I think Mr. Barber is here and Mr. Lumberg is here from Gainesville.
Okay.
Those are the 2 potential candidates that have joined us this evening.
I got you. Okay, so I didn't know who those gentlemen were, but was curious if that was one of them, if he was going to, explain himself. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Lopez, welcome.
Good evening, Roberta Lopez speaking. On Mr. Dial, I wanted to ask the Vice Mayor if she was able to find out anything that, from him, what he knows about Archer. Because the people there, according to you, gave him a good report. So what did he say about Archer? That's what I'm trying to find out from the Vice Mayor, since she called some folks.
I don't know if she'd like to speak to that or in the
Is
conversation.
that your only question?
Is that the
That's
only
my
question?
only question. No, it's not my only question tonight.
No, right
But
now.
Yeah, right
For this
now.
motion that's on the floor. Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't speak to him directly. I called people in the city that I know
Mhm.
and asked them if they were aware of this person that worked in the city of Lake City. And all of them that I talked to, of which was like 3 people from Lake City, they gave him a good review. So now what do you want to know about what I asked them?
What do I want to know? I want
Yes,
to
please.
ask him anything about Archer, what he knows about us. Does he know what's happening in our city? Does he know certain things that we
I
need
did
to
not
have
ask-
taken care of?
I did not ask the citizens that because I don't know if they know what he knows about
You
Archer.
answered my question,
Thank you.
except
Anything
for
else?
one little thing, Jess. Checking with 3 or 4 people in Lake City is not enough, as far as I'm concerned.
That's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
What I would have done was gone to his colleagues or some people like that and questioned them. And that's what we all should do. Because I've been to some colleagues of some of these people and I'm in shock. And one other thing I wanted to mention, and you're just on this particular person, but I'm gonna bring it up because it was already, the attorney went down the list of people, and when he got to Lipman, he said he didn't know of anything that was outstanding about him. But if you recall, he got fired by me and others. Do you remember that? And he wasn't here very long because
No, he was
that's all
not.
I gotta say.
That's all.
So it's some vetting that needs to be done that's not being done.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
I
Ms.
can't go
Lopez.
along with nothing y'all doing right now because it's driving me nuts.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your input. Anyone else?
Can I say something, Mr. Mayor? And this probably, wait
We
till you
need to
finish.
stay with the motion on the floor with a
Okay.
particular candidate that's been motioned.
And that's what I want to speak on.
Can we? get
Sure,
the
go
audience,
ahead.
And then you can finish with that once we exhaust the constituents in the audience. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Skinner.
Brenda Skinner, resident. I have 2 points that I'd like to make. The first one is that I was asked to go out and do some reviewing and researching. This is something that I used to do in my job, was to research people who were being hired by both companies that I worked for. It didn't take me very long at all to find multiple newspaper articles and television articles on Mr. Dyer. You don't have to put much in Google and they're just popping from 2023 through 2025. So if you guys couldn't find anything, I'd be more than happy to show you how to Google it,
Thank you, ma'am.
because there's a lot of negative, and I don't think this thing is even over with yet, totally.
Thank you.
The second thing is, when you're going out and you're vetting somebody and you're calling their references, they only put down references they want you to talk to. So definitely they're going to tell you nice things. And if you're calling their former employers, they're not going to tell you anything negative either. Because if they do, they're going to be in trouble. So they're either going to, number one, not tell you anything at all and tell you, I'm sorry, I can't tell you anything. That's our policy. Or they're going to say, oh, they're the nicest person in the world. They're very sweet. They just smile a lot and everything else. So you've got to do some digging. You can't just sit and smile and say, oh, this is sweet. This is nice.
Okay.
You've really got to go out there and dig, or else you're not going to get anything. And I hope you don't hire this person, because what I found scares me to death. And it's just like jumping back into that frying pan that was full of fat that we've just come out of.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Skinner.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Before we go to a vote? Yes, sir, Mr. Tufano. Welcome.
Charles Tufano, resident. Yeah, so here we are again at this precipice, a point in time where the commissioners could do right by the citizens of Archer. Okay? The red flags that Commissioner Fiore identified are blatantly wrong. I mean, if this person cannot take the time to make sure that his resume is correct, then we're just going to have more of what this current commission has been doing for the last 2 years. Not asking the correct questions. We have a candidate, Mr. Lewandowski, who's perfect to come in here and make the,
Keep it to the motion on the floor regarding the candidate that's motion to be
this
considered.
candidate is not a good candidate.
Okay. Thank you.
Please do not hire this candidate.
Thank you, Mr. Tufano.
I just don't know what else I can say to you folks.
You've said it.
I'm not even sure why you would even bring his name up as a candidate.
Okay.
When he's got all these red flags.
Thank you.
Can I get an answer to that? Why would you pick a candidate like this, knowing we're in such deep trouble here, where we have other candidates that are very familiar with our situation that could come to the city and get right to work, which is what we need.
There's a motion and a second, Mr. Trufano. It's a
Yes.
free democratic process right now.
I
so we're going-
understand. I'm
So please
communicating
do
my
not
dismay.
publicly have all of us in
Excuse
that
me?
motion and second, sir. It's a motion and a second.
Yes. And I know
And
where
you've
that's going.
expressed your
I mean,
opinion.
Clearly, I can see where it's
Anything
gonna
else
go.
regarding this candidate?
Yes, this candidate has got red flags.
Okay.
Please do not approve this person to be our temporary interim person
Thank you,
who
sir.
lives in Lake City.
Thank you, sir.
That's what, an hour from here?
Thank you.
I'm very disappointed.
Um,
I still have 36 minutes and I'm gonna stand here
36
for that
seconds,
36
sir.
minutes.
It's your time.
Excuse me?
You still have 1 minute.
Wow, okay, well, I showed 27 seconds. Again, I just hope you guys do the right thing.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Tavano.
just,
Mayor, may I add something?
Ma'am,
May I add something?
can I exhaust the constituency as a courtesy, please? Anyone else in the audience? And then I have Commissioner Green and then yourself, please. Anyone else in the audience regarding the motion on the floor? Okay. Commissioner Green, you were going to speak to something?
Yes, I was just going to, I just wanted to,
You're next.
yes, I just wanted to remind everyone and even the board here that we are looking for a temporary. This is not about the permanent city manager position.
Correct.
This is, this meeting tonight was supposed to only be about hiring an temporary interim
To assist
part-time
the operation.
manager, but it has supposedly nothing to do with the person that we're looking out for a permanent position. And from hearing from, what some of you are saying tonight sounds like you're referring more to a
Okay.
okay, but that's fine. I misunderstood. That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that you all was clear on everything. That's it.
Yes, yes, Commissioner Fiore.
Thank you. So
Time up, point of order. Please, we have visitors and we have ourselves to think about. Please be civil and let one voice speak at a time. Thank you. Commissioner Fiore. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So not only is there an issue with the salary for this individual, but it goes deeper. I mean, there's a legal opinion out there on this case. There's budget transfer errors. If you were to read the legal opinion, we should not want to have issues with any budget transfers. Our budget for City of Archer the last couple of years has been a train wreck. We don't want anyone coming in here that doesn't understand the correct process, that doesn't understand how your budget works, that your budget is your Bible, that your budget can't just be amended. There's rules. You have to publish your budget transactions on your website. This individual did not follow those rules when he was in charge of those. That should be more red flags. Budget turns into spending dollars. Where will it end? You need to be fiscally, is that the right word? Responsible. And Googling all those things that you're seeing easily when you start to Google points to not being fiscally responsible, not being ethical by taking those additional salary increases, not going through the proper resolution process to have those adopted. Those are big things. Being sloppy with not caring that we're the City of Archer. Those are big things. And I really hope that we up here understand that. And even if it's just for the interim city manager position, and maybe it's only for 3 months, we don't want somebody in our doors for 3 months making more of a mess. The person that comes in the doors needs to be able to hit the ground running and do the correct things ethically, starting right away. We shouldn't be Googling somebody and finding a long laundry list of items.
Thank you. Let's go to a vote. All those
Oh,
in.
wait.
Gosh,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I guess
For
you
a
didn't hear
group
me.
that wanted a very brief agenda.
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. The
but it's
motion
not.
maker, please.
Okay, so
Vice
I
Mayor.
did not Google, Mr. Dow. I did not ask his references that are on the list because I felt the same way Ms. Skinner did, which was if I check the references for any of the applicants, of course, they're gonna say they are great people. So I thought about, okay, wait a minute, where is he coming from? Where did he say he's worked? And if I knew people in that area, I called. And I actually did that for all of the applicants, including the one that we got today. I made some calls about that, but I don't see, oh, his name is on here for being able to start for a week out. Let me see what else it is. I trusted the background checks that our attorney gave us. As usual, and I went through the paperwork that we were apprised to. So, yeah, those are the reasons.
You finished?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Let's go to a vote. All those in favor of the motion on the floor, say
So-
aye.
Before we go to that, are we voting for this person or what are we voting for? Because
There was a
For
motion and a
temporary.
second for the temporary, part-time, starting immediately or at the date set individual.
Okay, so we don't get to vote like, say for instance, for anybody else. We have to vote on this guy and then,
We need to complete this motion, Commissioner Green.
Yes, that is,
Okay.
that is
If it
correct.
fails,
for
then
this
this person,
person.
Mr. Dial, if it fails for lack of a full vote of majority, then we can entertain another motion for another
Correct.
candidate. For
Okay,
temporary.
so we're going in order like that.
Well,
So if the majority on this one, then we don't go any further. Now I'm just trying to get clarification, that's all.
right, if this
For
one
this
failed, then
motion
you make
dies,
another
Then you
motion
can make another motion for another
for
candidate.
another one.
Okay.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's
That's
the
right.
way-
So,
I'm just trying to get clarification.
I'm gonna go to the
No
calling
problem.
the vote. All those in favor of Mr. Dial being the temporary, part-time city manager as we vet and prepare to vet and interview all candidates for the permanent part-time, say aye.
Aye.
I would have.
What was your vote, madam?
I said I would have, considering all of the information that I don't know about that is on Google, and I don't know how true it is, because we get a lot of information in WCJB about us, and that is not true. So now I'm torn because I don't know this guy, and I feel like I want to call him.
So are you gonna rescind your
Ye-
motion?
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go ahead and join Green with my eye.
I think we only had 2 people that's available to start immediately, so I
We had
needed last
three.
week.
We had three.
Did we have 3? I didn't get the
We
third
got
person's name.
we have Paul Dow,
Scott Littman, so that's the one
right,
that came
and-
in today.
No.
and
ma'am.
Bill
With
That's not a
Lewandowski.
complete package. We
and John
cannot
Martin.
Consider Mr. Littman
Yes.
without a
So there's
full
only
package.
2. Who was the
There
other
were
third
2,
person
John
for
Martin,
today? Yeah,
Mr. Bill
John Martin was the
Lewandowski,
other one.
and then
So
tonight,
there's 3. Right.
Yes.
if I can facilitate as a mayor for whatever it's worth, to make sure that one person speaks at a time and gives clarification, not that I have more authority than anyone else. We had 2 candidates considered and said we wanted to make sure all 5 candidates had a start date provided for us, which we have.
Mhm.
We had, to answer your question succinctly, we had 2 candidates coming forward that could start immediately and assist on a day-to-day temporary basis,
Okay.
last Monday's meeting. That was Mr. Bill Lewandowski, a citizen of Archer, and there is Mr. John Martin, a citizen of Hawthorne, who has been a city manager of Hawthorne. Mr. Lewandowski is a vetted citizen here in the city of Archer, but to my knowledge has never had a municipal city manager position. That's the succinct difference in the 2 from last week. And now we have the motion and the second considered with Mr. Dial, who was a city manager, municipal manager or administrator of Lake City for a tenure of, I think, 1 to 2 years between what I could read from his resume. Thank you for me allowing me to facilitate if that clarifies anything. So based on that, and I'm sorry that you made your motion, Commissioner Green, if you were still considering to rescind based on all the information being brought forward with this original motion, if you want to rescind it,
I was considering, but since we're here, I'll go ahead and say aye for him. Yes,
Okay.
and yeah. He may fail anyway. That's number two.
Commissioner Penny? You can rescind your second before we go to a complete vote. If you have hesitation at this point, I will.
Is that how you're supposed to do the voting?
No.
Talking to one person at a time?
I needed that for clarification as your facilitating mayor up here, because I'm considering, I'm now hesitating. I called for a vote.
Correct.
So I'm asking for clear vote by each person. I have one that is approving it. I have the maker of the motion saying you were going to still approve it. I have the second based on this hesitancy, and whether, if you're rescinding it, then we're back to the motion. Do I have a second?
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking, don't get irritated, don't get irritated with me, it's important.
As your facilitating mayor, I'm not.
Okay.
In a weak mayor
Other
system
people
of democracy.
I'm not. I was tapping my pen though. I was.
And that does get on my nerve, but I'm just saying, it's important. I'm sorry. That's what we didn't have no time limit on this meeting tonight. So let me think. And if you want to go home, y'all can go home.
Mayor, is there a reason we cannot table this motion and move to another motion? You can table a motion. Clearly the diocese is
To
not.
facilitate this meeting, I can do that, and then we can go through this same dialogue with another candidate and hold this motion. I will.
And I was gonna say, or we could just pull it since she doesn't know whether she
Okay.
wants. We can withdraw it.
Rescind.
I'm gonna
Yes,
rescind right
we-
now.
There we go. We'll rescind the
Okay.
motion.
Commissioner Green, thank you for your vote, but the motion maker and the second are rescinding their motion at this time for other considerations.
I would like to make a motion for the next one.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Fiore, you're recognized. What
Thank
motion
you.
would you like to make?
I would like to make a motion to hire William Landowski as the interim part-time city manager to start as early as tomorrow, and remind the commission that he has offered to do this position as a 1099, so it's a contract laborer. So therefore, he is going to be saving the organization money. So there will be no FRS associated or benefits for this position, as well as if you were to Google him, you will not find anything negative on him, not one thing. And I looked. And yes, Mayor, as you mentioned already, he has not been a city manager, but he has a long record of management, of leadership, taking care of hundreds and hundreds of employees at one time, moving our great services forward, and his own business as well. He is dedicated to the city of Archer. Every meeting he is here. The only time he missed him when his poor mother was ill. We've heard this story before. He's been willing to help on a free basis. And again, he's coming in at a discounted rate that we were going to get the remaining candidates from. The only ding I could even see that you have against him is that he doesn't already serve as a city manager. But all of his qualifications, his education, everything is there to hire him immediately, in my opinion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
The problem, to be honest, I have with Mr. Landowski.
We're not at discussion.
Okay.
I'm sorry, just in trying to hold on to a facilitating protocol here. I need a second for discussion. Hearing none, motion dies. Do I have another motion?
I will motion John Martin for interim part-time city manager.
I have a motion. Do I have a second for Mr. John Martin?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second for John Martin as an applicant for the temporary part-time city administrator. Any other discussion? Open for discussion.
I'll start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, was there mumbling under the breath again?
You're recognized.
Thank you. So first, I would start off that John Martin, if you Google, because that's what the world we live in today, the first ding, in my opinion, is that he resigns during a city commission meeting. So I don't want to read too much into that, but that tells me that there was a lot of stuff happening, and to be forced to resign during a city meeting like that, in my opinion, is really not professional. His time frame for his employment record does not match if you were to find out when he was hired. Records show that he was hired in April of 2023 as the permanent city manager, and his application states it's from October of 2021. Again, some people may not think that that's a big deal, but in today's technology, I should be able to find exactly when you were hired at a job, and that's a big, huge discrepancy. Perhaps this individual feels like being interim maybe was the same as being the city manager, but that's not the same thing. He states that he resigned from the city of Hawthorne due to health issues, and then he states that he has a full record of them. His application was not of a professional state, in my opinion. It didn't go through like a resume would read. It simply had a cover letter and well, I guess it does have the resume attachment, but it's very simplistic, and it didn't stand out to me as a professional resume by any means. So I'm really concerned about the dates. I'm concerned that people have come up to me and said that he was asked to leave as city manager from Hawthorne. I only have that from hearsay, so I can't point to a very specific person that said that. But if you look through his resume, every single position he had, he states the reason for his leaving is to city manager position in Hawthorne. And that goes all the way back to 2015 or 2022, I'm sorry. So the dates are not lining up for me at all with this candidate. And that back to ethics, I don't think that that's being truthful. And I don't think that's the kind of person that we want to see come in the doors. I don't care if it's only for 3 months. We want someone that's coming in that's able to start right away and has the accounting and budget background without the laundry of issues coming with that individual.
Anyone else from?
Yes, so I did talk with the mayor of Hawthorne because I knew that I knew who this person was, but I didn't know him personally.
That's Mayor Certency, Matt Certency.
No, it's
Oh,
actually
Certency.
Jackie Randall. And she did say that he was asked to leave. He was sick. He needed to she didn't say what kind of sickness. But she did confirm the fact that the commission did speak with him, and herself had spoken to him personally when she found out that he was sick because he needed to take care of himself. She's not sure whether he was done with his illness. She thinks he is, from what she is hearing from hearsay, that he is doing better now. I also talked to people in Hawthorne, but the only reason I asked her is because I have a candid relationship with her, and I felt that she would tell me the truth about him. So she actually said a lot. She said that he was a great person. He did really well up until he got sick. That he was really big in the community, like getting out into the community, getting to know people, helping them. She also said that he was a go-getter for grants and different things, and that if we were looking for an interim manager, if it was her, she would definitely hire him for that. So yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else from the dais or regarding discussion regarding Mr. John Martin? Hearing none, anyone from the audience, the constituents regarding this candidate, former administrator of the city of
Shay
Holland?
Williams, Sharon Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting what you said, Vice Mayor. I heard the opposite. I agree with you that it does make a difference what you show on your application, whether or not you're lying or fabricating the truth. My information that I received is that he was an interim city manager from October 22 through April 23, which that's 6 months. Okay. He then became the permanent manager on April 23rd to October 2024. That's a year and 6 months. So if you have a year and 6 months and you have 6 months, that's 2 years, not 3 years that he has on his application. Now, that may not mean anything to you, but where I come from, that's I'm not gonna say lying, but you're just not telling the truth. And based on my career, it's important that you do. I was told that he was given the option of resigning or they were going to fire him. Now, I do show on his application, it does indicate that he resigned because of his health. Sure, he may have been ill or whatever, but based on the people that I know in the city, because I know quite a few people, they indeed indicated that, yeah, he was in the community. He was a gift of gab. He liked everybody. Everybody liked him. But then after he resigned, they found out that he didn't do his job. There were grants that was left on the table that he did not, what is the word I want to use? Apply. So that's money that they found and other things that he hadn't done. So when I say to you, people, the mayor, I'm not going to dispute the mayor because I knew her mother, and they come from great stature. And I'm not going to say that she would disparagingly say anything about him because he's a likable person. That's not what we're here for. This is about business. I don't care about liking somebody. I like you all, but if you're not doing your job, I have a problem with that. So what we hear, not because somebody looked good on a resume, that's not the way I came up. I came up with who's supposed to, right and wrong. And this is a business that you all are running. Okay? It's not about, oh, well, this guy here I like and he sounds like, no. Please make the right decision, y'all. For this, for 3 months, 2 months, 4 months, or whatever. Because it's important. Because you all are the boss of this man. Not like when I came in here, when I moved back to here. It looked like to me as if the previous manager that was fired, y'all work for him.
Wrap it up. Your time is up.
Is it up?
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am. Thank you for the input.
Don't hire this man.
Okay, for clarification, for the constituents in the audience and for anyone in this dais, this position that we're considering right now is a day-to-day administrator until we complete the vetting of the interviews of all 5 candidates with the potential start dates based on the interviews that's been given to us. It is not 3 or 4 months. and I'm not saying it in disrespect, I'm saying it with respect. Understand, we are talking about right now a one staff situation at any one time during the day, and therefore it's a cost to do business as we secure the permanent staffing and the return of our FMLOA interim city manager that may, based on the decisions we make within the next 4 to 6 weeks, be offered back into the deputy clerk position. So just for clarification, we are not talking that 3 or 4 month process. And I will say it again, that 3 times during the year 2025, your mayor asked for posting and securing and vetting candidates. And we are at Thanksgiving, Christmas doing this. And so I'm excited that we have the candidates we do. I'm excited that I have 2 in the audience tonight, not trying to pinpoint you, that show that kind of interest with the caliber of the backgrounds that we have with those candidates. And I thank them for being here. But we are talking about a day-to-day administrator that knows what right now your mayor is doing, like this elementary agenda. I apologize, but it's what I can do in a fly, and it meets the need for the continued communication. But I need someone, I'm sorry. We need someone in here that has the check signing authorization to check and balance against the accountant specialists and what they're doing and their viable role right now. And that's on a temporary day-to-day basis. So please, let's keep it in focus of what we're trying to do this evening to ensure that we can have that provided within a 24, 48, 72 hour notice. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry to go on a diatribe, but I just have to rein it back in because it just is getting further and further out there in the months before we secure a permanent part-time position, and that's not the case. I don't feel it is. Yes, ma'am. You're up.
Lizzie,
Thank you for hearing me.
Lizzie Jenkins, and I am so tired.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have been here for the last almost 40 years, and I have watched right here us, city commissioner, go through more than 7, I believe, city managers. And it wasn't your team that's working tonight. It was members before you. I want you to know one thing personally that I did. I nominated, not nominated, I wrote a letter for John Martin. I have known him for years. He was a good man. He comes from good stock. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, I would say the same thing again about him that I said. And that's my story.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Anyone else like to speak to the motion on the floor?
Mr. Mayor, while he is approaching the podium, there's 3 candidates here. Mr. Barber is here, Mr. Blumberg, and Mr. Lewandowski. Just so you're aware.
I'm sorry for that. Mr. Lewandowski is a permanent seat citizen, vetted citizen with me. So thank you. Sorry, my apologies. Yes, sir, Mr. Trufano.
Charles Tufano, yes. I would urge the commission to not vote for this person for many of the same reasons that have been brought up, specifically the inaccuracy in the dates, which just shows a person who isn't paying attention to the details, which we most urgently need right now. The other note I would make is I certainly appreciate our vice mayor reaching out to this person and finding out he was loved by the community, and did a lot of outreach and shaking hands. But what we need is somebody to come in here and hit the ground running, as some of the other commissioners have indicated, and right this ship for us. So please do not vote this person in.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir, Mr. Arnold.
Gene Arnold. What are the hours? This is a temporary part-time position. Does that mean it's working 8 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or is it 4 hours?
We haven't established that schedule at this point, but it will be a part-time position, less than 40 to 50 hours a week.
That's not, well, less than 20 hours. part-time would be 20 hours, correct? Not
It
40
is
hours?
not 40 to 50 hours full-time status. It
Yes,
is
sir.
part-time,
Okay.
variable during the week, 20 hours a week to be in here as an administrator.
I just wasn't sure if that was 2 10-hour days
And
or if
that's
that
what,
was 4.
that's what the
5 hour
permanent
days.
part-time position will be as well. As we work out that schedule, that could be determined, whether that is 4 6-hour days, 4 5-hour days. It is what we've budgeted, which it could be an amended budget based on when we secure our financial situation to a point we could amend the budget.
Okay. Well, that leads me into, I think one of the benefits of Mr. Martin is that he's available right now. However, I would have liked to have seen him here, quite honestly. And I don't know if you can table the motion. I would like to hear from we've heard from Mr. Lewandowski before, but the other 2 gentlemen that are here, I don't know if it's possible, if they have anything to say, but maybe they would like to get up and just tell us a little bit about themselves for a couple minutes before we make this decision, because I know it is a temporary, which could be
Day to
3
day,
weeks,
1 week,
4 weeks, 5
2
weeks.
weeks, based on the start dates that the candidates have given us, all 5 that have been pooled.
Mhm. But maybe those start dates, depending on, now that it's temporary, that 2 of these gentlemen may be able to start sooner. I don't know.
That-
I just was
That
kind
is
of,
not what's on the motion
Alright.
on the table right
Alright.
now. So
okay.
Robert's Rule of Order, we're going to go through that process. I respect what you're asking for, but there is no reason to table it at this time unless we have rescinded motion and second like we did
Understood.
before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The discussion is clarified though. Anyone else regarding the motion of the candidate for the temporary, part-time, day-to-day administration person as we go into further vetting all 5 candidates with the interview process? Yes, ma'am, please approach the podium. Welcome, Reverend Pisco.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Pisco, pastor at First Archer United Methodist Church. I've been sitting back there trying to figure out what and if I wanted to say anything. And I honestly am not going to pretend like I've done research on any of the candidates. This is all that I want to say. I feel that ethics and character matter quite a bit. And I feel like the ability to do a stated job, like with the skill set, right? I wouldn't hire a heart surgeon to come do my plumbing, right? So between character and ethics and then skill set, these are all equally important, I think, when we are trying to discern what's going to be best, even on a short-term basis, because bad things can happen in short periods of time. It doesn't take a lot of time for something really awful to happen, right? So I don't think we can say it's only for this time, so it's okay. No, we still have to make good decisions. And so I can't, like I said, speak to either one. My heart is super heavy. I just want to be clear. My heart is super heavy that we could not get a second on Mr. Lewandowski. Again, I don't know him any more better than I know any of the other candidates, but to not even get a second for open discussion when clearly there are qualifications that make him competent for the job. Maybe he's not the most popular. You might not like him. And let me be straight with you, say, I don't really care if you do. Right? Because it's not just about putting people, a yes man or a yes woman, on a team when a job needs to get done. We need a team player, but team player doesn't always mean I agree with everything that you say and you do. Team player means that we respect and respect each other enough to even have disagreements, to be able to work through and get through the muck and get the work done. So I'm not asking you all to be best friends or to even be best friend with the city manager. But to dismiss and not even have a conversation around a candidate that, from what I've heard in the conversation tonight, is the only one that has like a resume that would warrant further conversation and to not even get a second for discussion really troubles my spirit about what's happening here. And I just wanted to call that to light because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but that doesn't feel good. And I just wanted to be able to name that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Regarding the motion on the floor. Hearing none, let's go to a vote. All those in favor of John Martin as the temporary, part-time, day-to-day administration until we vet all 5 candidates, say aye.
Aye.
Aye as well.
Nay.
I was gonna say, yeah, you know.
Motion carries. Did you? Nay. Motion carries 3-2. Mr. Walker, would you avail yourself in office to reach out to Mr. Martin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that we can begin that process, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second agenda item is the scoring for the packages and any information, Mr. Walker, I'm sorry, putting you on the spot, but that you could avail to us.
No, it's not a problem at all, Mr. Mayor. We have received the scoring summaries for the commissioners. We do not have Commissioner Green's at this stage. My suggestion would be to not publish the scoring summaries until we have all 5 commissioners. This has been a kind of a hurried up process, so understand that this has taken some
Complete
time.
all the packages.
And I do want to clarify one thing. We did a background search, not a full vetted background search. We did a accurate LexisNexis search, which is to find out if somebody has bankruptcies, criminal record, civil judgments, things like that. That's what that background search does. And we obtained that information on each one of the candidates. And was there anything that jumped out on it? And the answer was no with regard to that. The other thing that we did is we checked with references. That's all we did.
Yes.
So it was a very abbreviated search that we looked at. The further work, should you direct or wish us to do it, is we can look into each candidate's background much further. And I do agree with one of the comments that references are not indicative of somebody's performance in a community.
Right.
So on the more permanent nature, or as we go further in this, we'll have more time and we can dig further into each candidate if you would like us to do so. I know some of the commissioners have already done that with the candidates, so we're not going to duplicate work that's already been done. But I just did want to clarify that that's what we have done so far.
Okay. Is it the pleasure of the commission to do the full background check at this time as we approach looking at all 5 candidates?
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
It's 6 candidates though, right?
I think it's 6 now.
Unless you
six
close it
now,
out,
or-
we will do on all 6 that have applied for the job.
Commissioner Fiore?
I don't think we should close the position. I don't have a desire to move any of those candidates forward. I think we're doing ourselves injustice by not continuing to go out and solicit for more candidates, in my opinion. A full background check, yes, to answer
I'm
that
sorry,
question.
that's the
but
direction I'm asking for feedback right now, is the full background check. So yes, Commissioner Green, yes. For
To
the
go
Full
check
background.
At this time for the candidates we have?
Yes, but we're all still open, right? To it. So,
Yes.
I want to ask,
Okay, let me,
oh, okay, great.
doing the roll call. So
All right.
make sure we have a consensus. I don't want to call it a consensus unless we do. Commissioner Penny, you agree to having the full background check at this point in time
A full
And then-
background check.
on each candidate that we have, including the 6th one today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. Staff should provide that. Okay, and Commissioner Green, you were going to say
No,
something
I
now?
was just going to ask.
You're recognized.
Yes, were we, so since we're still open, Vice Mayor was going to ask the Florida League of City also for recommendations.
I did that. I already, well,
Oh, you already did that.
yes, and I guess you didn't hear me last week. So I did talk to them. They do have a pool of candidates for permanent if we wanted to go that way. They also would have did an interim part-time manager for us, which he said they could have done really fast. But it sounded like the board wanted us to do this.
Right.
So, yeah, I didn't
Pursue it.
pursue it.
Mayor, I have a question, if I may.
Yes, ma'am. You're recognized.
Thanks. So the references, I noticed that there were, for example, on Daniel's left voicemail. Has any of those individuals responded since this was provided to us back in, I don't know, 12-15?
Yes, there is one of the individuals that responded and said that she was available to talk further, and I'm trying to remember who that was, Commissioner Ferrieri.
Okay, and
Maybe
so,
Derek has.
and then I also, like, Bill, I thought had more than 2 references, and there's only 2 correspondents here. So were all of the references reached out to?
Reached out to all the references. Some of them were not able to respond.
back. That's what I understood.
I
Right, but
know.
like, so under Daniel, we called, left a message. Under Bill, there's no like call, left a message or anything. It's just missing. So I don't know if there's other ones missing. So then you go under John Martin, it's called, left a message.
Commissioner Fjord, this is Derek Holt. I can elaborate on John Martin. I was the one that called those references. Mr. Cliff Vanderborsch, I think is his last name, did call back. I did speak with him, and I can update this packet for you on him. Also, Tony McKnight did call back. I have not returned his call. The third person, I don't think we received a call back from. And we can look into the messages that we left for other people with our office.
Thank you. And for the audience sake, just again to introduce, Mr. Derek Foles is an attorney at Foles and Walker, and we have Mr. Foles in the audience as a principal and partner of Foles and Walker also. Thank you for being with us.
So Mayor, how many dates were you trying to schedule?
Okay, let's go on to agenda item 2.
Is that
which
2?
is-
I mean,
Yes, we were going.
that is 2.
I'm
Never
sorry.
mind.
If we can move on to agenda item 2, based on the information that Mr. Walker may have for us. And then that can determine if we want to reduce the candidacy of what we have here. That's why I listed, I'm sorry, at the time
Okay.
of this agenda, the 5 that we had. All due respect to the 6th one received today, but at the time this agenda was
Okay.
printed, these were the 5 that were going to have updates provided on any scoring of the current commission and their packages. Mr. Walker, if you feel more comfortable in just not sharing that until you have all the packages, I just didn't know if you wanted to share what you had tonight. If that is a majority or by consensus, we wanted to reduce the candidates based on that scoring, or if we want to just set the dates. We certainly can move to the agenda item 3, table this until we have the complete packages. I certainly would entertain that as a motion so that Mr. Walker can complete the package. Who has not completed their package and sent it? Okay, not trying to put you on the spot.
Yes, you're fine.
Commissioner Green has not. Has everyone else completed the
did.
5 candidates?
I did.
Yes. Vice Mayor Bailey, you did? Or they have it? I completed mine, and Ms. Ford,
Yes.
you did all 6, okay.
Oh,
I
only
have
did
not done the
5.
6th one from today because it's not a complete package. And I thought that was unfair to those candidates, the 5 that we have that have fully vetted themselves with the complete package identified. So do I entertain a motion to table agenda item 2 until we meet back with the interview dates?
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Green. I have a second from Vice Mayor Bailey. Any further discussion of understanding why we would table this until we have the complete packages with Commissioner Green's to be provided for us? And that could be done electronically possibly in the summary.
That'll be fine.
I know we're moving the train really fast and it's left the station, but just trying to expedite this so that we can continue to operate and manage, right? And if Mr. Walker and Ms. Foles, if you could just send that to us through Deanna, then we could be apprised of that as we meet. All right. All those in favor of, I'm sorry, anyone from the audience understanding why we're tabling this until we have all commissions completing their packages? Here now, let's go to a vote. All those in favor of tabling agenda item 1, say aye.
Aye.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
it's not 1, is it?
Agenda item 2.
Two.
You said 1.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, yeah.
Apologize.
Well, I was just making sure we get it right.
Item 2,
Two.
Commissioner Fiore, say aye.
Aye.
Aye as well, nays like sign, motion carries 5-0. Agenda item number 3. This is very simply just looking at your calendars, identifying by consensus, if we can, a date certain that then we could reach out to each candidate and ask if they can avail themselves for that window of time on that date. And it would most likely, again, I'm not trying to run the train here, but I wanted to try to achieve this before our formal January 12th meeting, because we already have that agenda full. So it would be a date between tomorrow and January.
Can we do the 5th or the 29th?
I was thinking the 5th
Of January?
of January.
5th or the 29th, either or.
You're saying the 5th, or you mean December 29th?
Yeah, next,
December the 29th or January the 5th, because we really need to get it.
January 5th is my anniversary.
I
Okay,
apologize.
the 6th. The 6th.
No, I'm just.
And I think it would be, if we got a primary date and then an alternate date,
The 5th or the 6th. I mean, what's best for y'all? Because like,
what's January 5th, a Monday or a Tuesday?
It's a
It's
Monday.
a Monday. I'm
because
sorry.
I swear I don't have no life, but they
And
send out the
January 6th is a
emails.
Tuesday.
Man,
yeah,
Do I have, okay?
And,
with either one of
yes,
the dates
yes.
here?
either or is good for me.
5th or 6th is good for me.
Commissioner Green?
The 5th is fine for me, it's fine.
We don't want to take
I
you
go to
from your
lunch during
hobby.
the daytime, I just go to lunch.
Commissioner Fiore, do you, the January 5th date? Okay, January 5th is acceptable for me as well. Now, again, I just tried to itemize what we have done in the past. I'm not saying it has to be this, but the time frame has been pretty brief with the one-on-ones, around 15 minutes per commissioner, per candidate. So that's about an hour and a half per candidate. So 5 candidates would be a 5 or 6 hour block of time that we would, if we had to go do something, knowing we had 3 more commissioners to have their interviews, but that's what it would be in the afternoon. Usually that's when they're done. And into the evening based on the candidacy and their primary employment and what they have responsibility for to try to accommodate that in that schedule.
Say again what time you usually start.
As early as 3 when the block
Okay,
of time
thank you.
starts and goes till 7 o'clock based on our candidate pool and their accountabilities for some of them current employment. In
3
respect to the-
o'clock?
Ma'am?
Oh, see, I'm thinking at 6. I thought you started this at 6 o'clock.
We're talking about doing the interviews.
It's a-
Yeah, whatever. If
I
it's at
just-
3 o'clock before I get off from work. So What
It could
day?
be 4 to 8. I think if we go further into 9 and 10 o'clock at night,
Okay.
it becomes
I probably
exhausting.
can get here at 4.
And it also depends on the number of candidates we have that we're going to interview.
Correct. And
So,
that's why I'll
yeah, so
ask
that
again,
could
do we
change.
want to keep both of those dates? Or
The
consider
5th and the
the
6th,
6th, so that if we had a
Yes.
candidate that couldn't
Yes.
avail themselves on the Monday,
I
we
think,
and as a courtesy and respect, we could give the alternate date.
I can't speak for everyone, but I think
You would
that's a
be
good
okay with
idea.
that? And it would be an ideal time that
Yes.
would not interrupt, our life into 8 o'clock at night, nor the candidates if it was
Right.
the alternate date. Commissioner Penny, could you avail yourself to that? Primary is January 5th.
Yes, sir.
Secondary alternate date would be the next day, January 6th. And we can coordinate that schedule and times and the blocks.
Yeah, the 5th.
Because as a courtesy, again, I'm not that the old school guard has done it this way, but if usually we availed ourselves that whole block of time and we were on our phone, so that Commissioner Penny, if you only took 7 minutes with the candidate, if it was a block of 15 minutes, the next interviewer would be contacted and they would avail themselves and come on in. with the next candidate, if the next candidate was here as well.
I'm fine with those 2 dates.
Okay.
I'm fine with the process. Is there a reason why we can't do this on Teams or something?
On what?
Teams or Zoom?
Yeah, like, she mean online and, yeah, interview them online.
We could do that as well, as an alternative source and way to do it. As long as we can set up the Zoom as the
I thought we
sponsor.
cut, I'm sorry, I thought we cut off the Zoom because it was like $2,000 a month or something. Did-
We were having problems with it connecting.
I would have to check with our current staff because we don't have Deanna in place. We have an interim day-to-day administrator come in to try to coordinate that. It's in a short frame of time.
Well, I would ask that you at least ask if it's available, because that may
If we have to
just free up
sponsor it,
everyone's time and make it a lot easier. I'm okay either way.
But at this point, we have primary date, January 5th, afternoon block of time, 4 to 8, whether it's on site or Zoom if available. And January 6th for the alternate date for any candidates. By consensus, are we okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just be last.
Yes.
I'm just saying,
She'll
since it's
just
from
leave.
4 to 8, I'll be last, because I know I can make it after 5, so whoever,
And we can coordinate that,
yeah.
you know, through
My
Deanna
primary
reaching
job
out
is
and
my
saying
job.
ideal time and get that, you know, that
Right.
schedule for us. And then reach out to the candidacy and see their comfort zone and when they could avail themselves.
All right.
By consensus, we're okay?
Yep.
All right. Thank you for that. Agenda item 3. Anyone from the constituents in the audience regarding the consensus that we just made with just basically setting up scheduling for the interviews? Yes, sir. Welcome again. Thank you for being here, Mr.
Yes,
Bloomberg.
thank you, Commissioners. Good evening. I just wanted to advise you, start with, my name is Daniel Blumberg. I am one of the candidates.
Yes, sir.
I am aware that your dates that are available are January 5th and 6th. I will be likely on an airplane on the way back to the country on those dates. So I just wanted to advise you that part of the reason my date was out to January 26th prior to starting is I'm going to be out of country for a bit of time. So I just wanted to advise you that if I am available, it would be potentially late on the 6th, potentially jet lagged. I would prefer not to book it on the 6th, mainly because I don't know if I'm going to get delayed on the way back or not.
Okay. Okay. Do you, again, this is reaching out to you, and I appreciate you availing yourself of that. Could be a potential conflict or discomfort. What is your first comfort zone of an available date? I mean, we have a primary, an alternate. We could certainly set up, you being the last candidate, what would be an available?
Anytime, just about any time, the 7th through the 9th, I should be available.
So it could be the next day on Wednesday.
Next day.
It's better for me, 'cause that's how slow it's there.
Not that you're special, but we've got a third date now, and we certainly, if we can avail it through a Zoom, that would even
Monday is a
assist you
slow
better
day,
or whatever. So
but
we're trying to
Tuesday is a
accommodate
busy
all
day.
parties involved. 7th, okay?
7th is fine.
Or specific to Mr. Bloomberg, if
Yeah.
to assist him in his jet lag, because I don't want you to go through an interview and put jet lag. I get it.
Yeah,
Commissioner
me
Green,
too.
you would be
Yes.
okay to avail yourself? Commissioner Fiore, you would be okay? I would be entertaining that as a third date, so that would be January 7th. But specific to Mr. Bloomberg, could you be actually on site or Zoom on the 7th?
I should be able to do either.
Okay,
Either way.
all right, just in case we can't coordinate the Zoom. All right. All right, amending the consensus, everybody's okay with that?
We're fine.
Anybody else from the audience and our constituency regarding this schedule? Okay, of our candidates in the interviews, one-on-ones with commissioners. They're private, they're not public. Once we have that and we have another scoring grid for that, I don't know if Ms. Costello's here, but we have a scoring grid. Everybody received the scoring grid or guideline for the interview and potential question. And again, this is the same
If
one
it was
we've
sent
used in
this
the past.
afternoon, I don't have it.
Okay,
I don't remember seeing it. Who would have sent it?
it would have come from the attorney's office.
Okay, so I'll look when I go
Mr.
home.
And again, either Ms. Foles or Mr. Walker, if someone staff could send that out to all the commissioners, including Commissioner Karen Fiore. If Jaslyn Shannon does not have her email address, her city email address, please reach out somebody by phone to me tomorrow or whatever, and I can, or even better yet, Karen, would you be able to send that to Foles and Walker? I think they have it now.
Send what? My email?
Your city email.
Oh, no, I'm
address.
getting it. We talked
From
back and
something
forth.
from the attorney.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we're
okay,
good.
So. Okay. All right, thank you for that. Now, and the other part of that was the interview guideline sheet. If you don't have that, Ms. Foles, if you could send that back out to all the commissioners as an attachment, then you can have that as well. I've got it, Iris. I can hand you mine. Sorry.
I haven't seen it, but I'll
But
look.
that way you know it's coming straight from me.
Right.
It came from Deanna to us and then out to the.
Okay.
Agenda item 4 is for information only. It's just, not that it's driven from me, but it's if anyone in the public has not seen this or any commissioners have not seen this dated JLAC letter. It's the attachment in the agenda. It arrived the day after Mr. Walker's electronic email asking for an extended time. I have not reached out to the JLAC chair to ask specificity, but I have reached out to Deanna in conversation and also with Ms. Perla, Mr. Perla with Palin Jones with specificity and what information have we not provided JLAC that they were requiring. And it is our fiscal year 24 finished audit. They have apprised me, Mr. Perla was traveling with jet lag or whatever for the holidays. That was last Thursday, Friday, but telling me that the staff management that's handling ours has the information. They cannot commit to a date before the 29th or 30th of December. But as soon as they hit that target date, they understand the urgency of sending that to JLAC so that if we have provided that information, we won't be in this pool of municipalities. It will be for their further review, but they won't be holding funds after January 16th of 2026.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I heard you say was that our auditors have all the information they need to finalize the FY24 audit. Is that correct?
That is correct in what I've been told.
I don't believe that one bit. So, and
I'm sorry, you don't
we-
believe what I've been told by
we-
Mr. Perla. which
yeah,
is the
I don't
principal
know.
of Palin Jones.
well, yes, and I will speak on this. So we would never allow an audit to go anywhere without our review. So this should never go to JLAC without our review. We should be being
Scrutinizing.
told what the findings, what they're seeing prior to him even submitting the whole entire document. The lack of communication is not okay. We went from before Deanna left, she couldn't answer the questions, and now all of a sudden, all the questions have been answered. I think we need an update on that.
And the plan of action, Commissioner Fiore, is to have that as a full agenda item now added to January 12th, normal meeting for their presentation. And I'm hoping they can avail that to present to us before that. And we have another special called emergency meeting to review that. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm not. But based on the deadlines before us and completing this, I can't agree with you more. I didn't say that we would send it immediately from the auditors. I just said that it would be completed then for our review and then the continued plan of action. They just want to see, they being JLAC, that fiscal year 24 audit.
Right, but
If-
we're not just going to send him something without our review. And has
No, it
Mr.
would be on the January 12th official meeting at the latest.
Okay, has Dallas Lee been working with staff on answering the questions to the auditors? Because I haven't been given an update on that.
No,
So the audit, everything has only been provided to the auditors from city staff, is what I'm hearing, without the help from Dallas?
I haven't reached out to Dallas to get that specificity of an answer for you.
Okay.
Please understand, this was received on the 16th, so I've moved this
Right, but I mean, it's not like this is
Fiduciary
a
expediting.
shocker. We already knew this was coming. We haven't provided the fiscal year 24 audit or AFR, sorry. So, yeah.
But I'm providing the information that is the specificity in what is being required by the 16th of January, 2026 from JLAC. That then they would still continue their review and could warrant additional scrutiny, but it would not be holding the funds after January 16th. Because they would give us that timeline. And again, it includes the letter of an extension that came from electronically from Mr. Walker, representing us from a legal entity. And that's just an update. I will certainly reach out to Dallas Lee tomorrow. I know he has been very limited at any time spent here because I ask multiple times during the week, Dallas coming, Dallas here Friday, Dallas here Thursday, because we authorized Ms. Ott to have additional time spent in the office. And I was under the assumption that would be with any time spent with Dallas Lee. And I've asked her, as I check 3 to 4 times a week on any day-to-day urgency of things needed, co-signing a check or whatever, have you worked with Dallas Lee? And the answer has been no. I hope that gives you the latest clarification of what I know. And that is.
Yeah, I enjoy those type of updates because I'm not familiar that or was in the loop that you were asking those questions. So thank you for sharing that.
That's just me being a fiduciary representative of the commission, but I can't break the sunshine law, and I don't have minute by minute communication going on with Ms. Altop as she's out on FMLA, and that's why.
No, I appreciate the update. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And we do need to update. Ms. Ott do be in the office. Tangi do not be here by herself.
Yeah,
we need to
and let me just-
clarify that.
As late as this afternoon. Yeah.
Except on Thursday.
You will see on the schedule, if there are days that they're absolutely closed right now, that is a higher, I apologize for the diminished service hours, but for the priority and sake of security for ensuring that we don't have one staff person, thank you, whoever reached out publicly to Channel 20, because they're broadcasting it multiple times that we have one staff person in the office. As late as 5 a.m. news. Channel 20 News was in the parking lot this morning at 4:35, waiting to see if we had one person or 2 people.
Oh, they
So,
were.
as late as this, yes, ma'am. Because my employer in my day job, as I come out of retirement, that's the first thing she said. Well, I saw it on the news this morning. I said, what? And she told me, I said, where did you see that? This morning on the Channel 20 News. So they haven't done it just once. They're doing it multiple times, which I think is totally inappropriate. I commit to coordinating a press release and establishing, not trying to speak for all the commission, but some do's and don'ts and things as we go through this transition, because that's putting our staff at security. But to answer your question, and Commissioner Fiore, if you're asking it, there are to be 2 staff people at all times here. If that means Public Works goes and checks the mail and goes back to avoid one person in here for even that short trip to the post office and back, so be it. And as far as effective tomorrow, if Ms. Ott for any reason leaves at 5 in her shift, that last hour, Public Works staff person must come in until we get the administrator in place here and that schedule, as well as the return from FOA of Ms. Altop.
Thank you for that update, Mayor. But I do disagree with you when you make the comment that we need rules on what we should be saying up here, because I was shocked when I found out that we were allowing 1 employee in the office. And the fact that the newspaper is picking up on that, good for them, because something bad really could have happened to that employee. And now it's preventing that because we're forced to do the right thing. And if we had strong leadership, that would not have happened to begin with.
Correct. I can't agree with you.
Totally. Yeah. And I'll continue. When we find those things out, we should make that public. I think it's for the employee's safety, in my opinion.
In speaking with, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry. In speaking with the office staff, I found out that that was not true. That Miss Loretta, what's her name, last name? That is not true. That she works remotely. She does it on the weekends.
And her
when the office is not open.
And Thursday.
So that's, and Thursday, she, not everything, they don't say, they didn't, yeah, when the offices are closed. So that was a, that statement was not right.
And it's been
So-
corrected. Ms. Ott has
so-
submitted.
Yes,
this
so
afternoon that
I
she's
wanted
not
to
doing that.
I wanted to clarify that statement was not true, that she works a lot or remotely, mostly remotely from
She
home.
does
That's
this
not
on
true.
Friday and the
When
weekend.
the office is closed and she's constantly working many times. So I wanted to clarify that. So that means that I don't think there's many times when somebody's in the office by themselves. I don't think that was true. So whoever reported to Channel 20, now they can go and correct that.
And that's why I led to the press release and the items of correction to make that corrected. Because right now, let me just finish and then I'll let you'll be recognized, Commissioner Fiore. They are still reporting that we owe $280-something thousand to a construction company, which is not true. That is that was on the news last week.
Yeah.
There's no construction company that we owe $200-something thousand. That was the former engineer of record. When I say I'm going to do a press release, I'm taking line by line the inaccuracy of what they're saying. They're saying the IRS taxes have not been paid. That is incorrect. And what I'm going to do in the press release is I'm going to do my homework and get the exact dates. And I want that publicized as well, because the public is not getting fair information out there in our financial recovery.
You can always ask them to make a correction, which I think you should. That's very good. I
Yes.
didn't see those two,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
I was just looking for them right now,
Yes,
but yeah. And for the record, it was not Karen talking to the press on that one. Just so, it was not me talking to the press about that.
I didn't
I know,
allude
but
to
I
that.
did up here, and I'm happy to hear that it wasn't true about the working from home multiple times during the week. Anyways,
But there is still inaccuracy. There is still her leaving at 5 o'clock. There's a 1 hour window until 6 that's happening on a daily basis because her normal schedule is 7 to 5. So, based on accuracy, that is correct. And that is what is being corrected on every day they're open now. Just to secure whether it's Tangi or Tangi's not here and it's Steve running the recording back there. I'm not going to leave him by himself with the office open until we exit together this evening. It's the holidays and, it doesn't matter whether it's holidays or not, it's appropriate. So that's just protecting us. Okay. All right. So as soon as I hear from the accounting, I'll, through staff, ask for emergency meeting or consideration, or certainly at the very latest on our 12th agenda will be them reporting the audit to us so that we still have that window of 4 days to submit that to JLAC with noted corrections that hopefully Dallas Lee will be looking over and others to see that. That's all right. Well,
I was thinking, was it possible to do it on the, but I was forgot, that's just for interviews. If we could have put it on the agenda, but.
on one during the interview dates? If I hear back from that management team at Powell and Jones that they've got it, it's ready for our review, then I certainly will get staff to reach out to communicate with you all in that special meeting.
A couple of more days than 4 days.
Yep. Because I hate waiting to the last hour, but we do that a lot in the city of Archer right now. So, okay. And that's just for information. So last agenda item, it's 7:45, and I appreciate everyone's patience. It is public comment period for anything we've spoken to on the agenda this evening or anything outside, including public announcements at this time or introductions. You have 3 minutes. And I certainly appreciate the 2 candidates that are here and for you to have the time to introduce yourselves. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Mr.
Charles Tufano. Yes.
Yes, sir.
It's more of a clarification than anything else.
Yes,
So
sir.
I just want to make sure I understand what occurred tonight. So, yeah, so John Martin is going to be our temporary interim city manager, correct?
On a day-to-day basis, yes, sir.
Okay, and Mayor Green, Commissioner Green, Mayor Hope, and Vice Mayor Bailey were the 3 that said, yes, you want him.
Approve that, yes,
And
sir.
then it was Commissioner Fiore, and if I'm correct, I think Commissioner Penny said no. Okay, I just want to be clear who voted this guy in. Got it. Okay, and he starts tomorrow,
Hopefully,
hopefully?
yes, sir.
Okay,
I mean,
And-
it's 7:45, so we could reach out to him this evening. I might still do that and just
okay,
say,
cool.
when can you avail
Look
yourself?
for him
to
to be here
introduce yourself.
tomorrow. What I'd like to see, or what I'd like to know is what does this commission plan on doing to make sure that this gentleman hits the ground running and he does what we need done right away? Because we've been talking about this for so long. And we're still in trouble. And, obviously the thing with Deanna just made it even worse.
Yes, sir.
So do you guys have a plan? That's one question. I guess the other question that comes up is several times we have asked for a written document that shows us what Deanna's going to volunteer to do. Do we have that yet?
What she's doing, yes, that was a prize last
Do we
meeting.
have the written document that
Yes,
shows?
she's written the 10 items and what she is remotely clearly defining to do on a continued
Is that
basis.
posted or? Yeah, I thought, I'm not sure
I
I've
can
seen
certainly
that. Is
avail
she
that.
just
That's
doing
one of the
payroll?
first things I'm doing with Mr. Martin is providing him that information. So, and certainly the dual emailing address authorization and ability to see everything that's coming into the city, whether it's from the state level, local level, public comments, etc.
Okay, excuse me. I'd like to get back to Deanna. Can we get a written document that shows exactly what she's going to be responsible for so the citizens?
That would be the first administrative role of Mr.
Okay,
Martin when he
great.
comes in.
And
So
when
he
can
can
we
start
expect
taking on
that?
some of
Will
those.
it be posted or do we have to wait till January?
I'm sure it could be public knowledge of
You're
that.
sure it could be?
Yes,
So
sir.
when would it be?
After I speak with Mr. John Martin, sir.
Okay, so we don't know yet. So we
No, I
won't
don't
be
have an
able to
exact
tell
date and time for you.
until
No, sir.
January something, with the next meeting in January.
What, is that
We
the only other
won't know
question?
this until the January.
Not necessarily. Tomorrow's the 23rd of December, 2025, sir.
When will the
7 days
citizens
before
know?
the first day of January.
Right, so you're gonna post this information I just
I can
asked
certainly
about?
request that
Deanna?
of Mr. Martin. Yes, sir.
Okay, and when do you think we'll see that?
I can't answer that tonight.
Okay, I'll shoot you an email then if I have
Thank
to.
you. Please
Thank
do. Anyone else? Yes. Absolutely. All questions.
Lori Costello, the citizens are concerned, and I think we would all appreciate as much as transparency as you could give us about everything that's going on. I was extremely disappointed on the votes for Dial, even after all the red flags were disclosed. I just, why would y'all do that to Archer to put us in harm's way? I don't understand. Also, some of the commissioners didn't even Google anyone. I mean, you had a week, so you had plenty of time. That was extremely disappointing. Also, very disappointed again when there was no second for Mr. Lewandowski, especially at a discounted rate. He also lives in Archer and knows exactly what Archer needs. Y'all work for us, but y'all don't seem to take in consideration the comments and what we asked for at all. I mean, multiple people get up and comment, and there's like nothing seems to be registering in y'all's brain about what we say. That's very concerning on our part, especially since we're in a financial crisis. It's really upsetting. I just want to let you know how upsetting it is. I guess we just take up a vote the next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Green?
And Green citizen. Mr. Mayor, this has been a very difficult meeting, but I think y'all have done a good job. And I know Mr. Martin, and let's just make him a good city manager, because y'all have learned a lot during this process, and you know the responsibility that you have and the dialogue that you can have with the city manager and make a difference.
Thank
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir, Mr. Bloomberg, welcome. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you. Again, my name is Daniel Blumberg. I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for your consideration. I'm hopeful in your Google searches of me, everything came out positive. I didn't hear any negatives, so that's, I'm
No jet
not
lag
asking for
on
negatives. I'm
Google.
just hoping it turned out good.
All right.
My wife is very happy to make sure that I stay clean on Google results. But I want to thank everybody here again. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays this coming up. I know there's a lot of difficult choices that are coming up for the commission, choosing, you just chose the interim, choosing a permanent part-time city manager. But I'm heartened to see so many members of the community here turning out and talking at the commission meeting to see that the citizens are engaged. So again, happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you very much for being here. Same holidays for you. Yes, sir, Mr. Barber. Thank you as well for being here this evening.
Well, thank you for having us. I also wanted to spread those sentiments that it's great to see so many people in the audience, and being a part of a neighboring community. I know a lot of the challenges that you all have been going through, and I commend everyone. I commend the citizens, and I commend the commissioners and those of you here at the dais for your dedication. It's a thankless task to take on, and I've been in public service for a long time, and it means something. You make the best decisions that you can, and sometimes those decisions you come to regret, and sometimes those decisions you are very pleased with. But you make the best decision you can in the time and the information that you're given. And it was very good to see the careful consideration that many of you made this evening. And I'm delighted to be here. And for any consideration, I'm very grateful and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Barber. Yes, sir, Mr. Arnold.
Gene Arnold. I double checked. You said that the JLAC letter was attached. I didn't see it on the
To your
agenda.
agenda, I'm sorry. They all had it.
Okay, well, it wasn't online.
No,
I printed this off.
No, the attachment letter was not. It was added as an attachment this evening. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, if you have a copy of it
Yes, sir.
somewhere, then I'll take that. That's all I really wanted.
It's in your packet. Your
So
printed.
I printed this
Oh,
off.
you're
and I brought
printed.
it
I'm
with
sorry.
me.
Here,
It was online.
here's an
but
extra one
The
right here.
letter wasn't online.
I'm so sorry, sir. There you go. My apologies. Yes, sir, Mr. Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Have a nice holiday yourself. Yes, sir, Mr. Lewandowski.
Lewandowski, citizen. Honestly, I didn't call the news. I was celebrating I was celebrating the wedding of my oldest grandson,
Congratulations.
who is going to be a third generation Army officer in May, and the fifth generation of Lewandowskis who served the United States Army. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, sir.
So I think being positive is great. Bertrand Russell wrote a whole book on the power of positive thinking, and there's a lot of good things, but you have to be honest, and you have to have clear and concise communication. And frankly, the city commission doesn't do that. So I can understand the confusion of the press. I mean, if you sit back and watch these, so I always try to, if I don't watch it, my wife does, and she gives me a synopsis. There's a lot of confusing information, a lot of contradictory information. You spoke, I think you guys almost spent an hour on this whole thing about who was in the office last meeting. So there's no surprise that didn't catch the attention of the press. This letter, where we came out among 7 out of 412 municipalities, and we still haven't satisfied this requirement. There's confusion about what's been paid off, what's not been paid off. I think what you owe the citizens is a very clear and concise bullet points on where we're at with our finances and where we're at with the audit. And you guys don't do it. You kind of dance around it. You talk about it a little bit. We don't have that clear and concise information. You waxed eloquently last meeting about all these grants, which is wonderful. Personally, I think they're more beneficial to Newberry than they are for us, at least in the short term. It's going to be years before we see any kind of revenue from development coming from that. So it's not going to help us in the short term. So let's focus on the things that are wrong because that's what we have to fix. I think the positive stuff is great. Celebrate the positive, but let's be honest about what the challenges are. Let's put that in writing so everybody understands and we're all on the same page. Because right now, frankly, we're not. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Anyone else? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned at 7.
We're not able to say anything?
You
I was,
recognize
okay, thank you.
Commissioner Fiore.
Thank you. I know I talk a lot, but okay. It was made note to me that our YouTube meeting right now is titled Planning and Zoning Board Meeting, February 8, 2024. If you can just have them fix that.
I certainly will speak
Thank you.
to him about that. I'm just proud that it's live tonight. So at this point. So we're adjourning this meeting at 7:55. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you, candidates, for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Barber.
Good to put a face with the name.
Thank you.